Welcome to Where There's a Wills, There's a Play. My name's Ian. This is Rolling Realms Game versus Realm. In this series of videos, I am going to take a look at the Rolling realms for base games that I own and have played. And I'm going to take a look at how well they compare and put them on a tiered ranking, not a best to worst ranking or anything like that, just a tiered ranking with three criteria. The top ranking is going to be called game adjacent. Game adjacent means that when I play the realm, it feels like I'm playing the base game. The next tier is going to be called element adjacent. And that means that when I play the realm, I feel like I'm playing an element of the base game. And the final tier is going to be called theme adjacent. And those are going to be realms that, to me at least, simply have the same theme as the base game. They don't necessarily feel like I'm playing the base game or an element of the base game. And they just feel like they have a really good theme that is the theme of the base game. So let's go down to the table and take a look at Honey Buzz. It's a little small. It might be a little bit fuzzy. That's okay. I'm going to zoom way in here and I'm going to reset a couple times. I just wanted to show Honey Buzz to people who have not actually played Honey Buzz. And I know my lighting here is a little bit bad. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying something new here with two cameras. Got my iPad above, so it's kind of blocking out a little bit. There's a little bit of shadow, looks like. But that's okay. I'll get it reset. So in Honey Buzz, you have two boards here. You have a beeple, a B-shaped meeple that you are placing on spots. This happens to be the solo side, which is why these two are combined. In the non-solo side, these are not combined. And so you're placing your beeple on one of these spots, getting one of these double hex tiles, making a honey hex. And some of the things you can do in this is you can gain a new bee. This symbol is basically a wild card symbol. It allows you to do any of the other options. This symbol gives you $5. This symbol allows you to forage, and foraging is done up in this section up here where you will move your little bee token here to a spot and hopefully be able to take one of these nectar tiles and place it in your honey hex. This one allows you to fan your nectar tiles here and gain these pollens that come in different shapes and colors. And this one here allows you to go to the market and either fulfill an order card or sell one of your honeys or your pollen for money. So that is Honey Buzz in very brief overview. Also, you have contest cards that you're trying to fulfill for points. Let me reset again here real quick, and we'll zoom in a little bit better and show you how Honey Buzz and how the Honey Buzz realm relate to each other. All right, I have reset now. I've taken away the big board that had the foraging tiles and the marketplace and everything. And right now I just have in front of me the board that has the honey hexes you can gain. And now I've brought in the Honey Buzz realm. So let me just explain a little bit about Honey Buzz a little bit more. So when I place a beeple somewhere, I will take this tile and I start with 4 tiles. So I'm blue, so you can see each one of these has some blue on it. So I start with 4 tiles. So I'm just going to randomly align these. You don't randomly align them. You align them based on a alignment card that you will start with. So you're going to put these on here. Let me get these on screen. And then when you place your beeple, you get a new hex, double hex. And you place it in your hive however you want. Okay, so I might move there. Then I move there. Maybe on my next turn I move up here, and maybe I, place it here. You always have to place sides that match next to each other. Okay, so that's how you place the tiles. Now this is going to be a little bit big to play to show this comparison with. So I'm going to reset again and take this away. Actually, I'm just going to take this away. We are going to take these away for right now. These ones that I just grabbed. We're just going to show, we're going to zoom down here a little bit more. I'm going to bring my camera down even closer because I want to really show you how this works. And we're going to bring in the Honey Buzz realm now. And we are now reset to show the Honey Buzz versus Honey Buzz realm playthrough or comparison. So normally in a game of Honey Buzz, you're going to start with 4 starter tiles that all have your same color. I'm not going to start with those because in Honey Buzz, you don't start with any. So I want to show this as realistic as possible to the Honey Buzz realm. So I'm going to take those away. I've taken away the board that has all the hex tiles on it because I don't want that taking up as much space. I'm going to show you, though, what goes on. So I place my beeple on a spot like I showed you, which is the same on the realm. Let's see if I can get this picked up as rolling a dice. So my beeple in Honey Buzz is my dice in the Honey Buzz realm. I place my beeple on a spot like I showed, or I place my dice on a spot. So let's say I placed my beeple on a spot. I'm going to take my realm. I rolled a 2, so I'm going to mark the 2. Well, let's just say that the 2, that this is a forage tile. So I'm going to place it in the exact same orientation. So this is a forage tile. Okay. Then I'm going to, let's say I roll again and I roll a 1. So we're going to mark this spot. And this spot has a coin on it. So I'm just going to use a money tile. Then let's say I rolled another one and I marked this. Now this one has a coin and a heart on it. So as far as which tile I place, it doesn't really matter. Let's just place one of these. Now what happens in Honey Buzz is when I make this empty hex space, this empty nectar space here, I get to activate all of these items here that are available to me around that empty nectar space. In the Honey Buzz realm, when I surround this honey spot, this honey hex right here, I get to activate all the hexes around it. So here I would get a coin, a heart, a pumpkin, and another coin. So that is very similar to the realm. I could keep doing this. Let's put one here. And let's put one over here. I've activated another one. Let's say that that was this and this. I rolled a 2 and 3. So now I would get a star. And this one doesn't give me anything. But I now get this coin again. So when I make this one, this X that has the $5 on it can get activated here. If I make another one here, it's going to get this is going to get activated. So every time one of these hexes in Honey Buzz is next to an empty hex, you get to activate it. In the Honey Buzz realm, it is the same exact thing. Every time I surround a honey hex, I get to activate all of the double hexes around it. If I were to surround this one, I get to activate this one again. I get to activate this again. I get to activate this again. So every time I surround one of these honey hexes is the same thing as when I make an empty cell. So this game and this realm match up very well with each other. I'm doing the same thing. I'm placing a beeple and getting a double hex. I'm rolling a dice and choosing a double hex. When I form an empty hex here, an empty cell here, I get to activate everything that is around it. When I surround a honey hex, I get to activate everything around it and gain all the benefits around it. So these two realms match up very well with each other. I really like this. This is a great implementation and representation of Honey Buzz. So let's take a look at tiered rankings. So I'm looking at my tiered rankings here, and I have this tiered system, which I will link in the description to all of the videos in this series. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to find the Honey Buzz realm. It's a little hard to see. So let's zoom in a little bit down here. Here's Honey Buzz. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to call this one game adjacent because I really do feel that Honey Buzz and the Honey Buzz realm are just like each other. All right, so there you have the comparison of Honey Buzz to the Honey Buzz realm. Now, some final thoughts on the realm. I love this realm. It makes me feel like I'm playing the game. Are there any changes I would make? I'm not sure there's changes I would make. There are a couple suggestions I might have. Whether or not they would work or not, I don't know. I'm not a game designer. I don't know if this would work. If we go back to the realm, we can see that all of the hexes in Honey Buzz have only one thing on them. Whereas in the Honey Buzz realm, I've got 2 double hexes that only have one thing or that have nothing on them. And I have 3 double hexes that have 2 things on them. So that part is the one part that I do feel is just very slightly off, but it does not throw my rankings for it. I do think it would have been interesting. And like I said, I don't know if this would have even been possible. If they could have, and let me get one of each tile here. It would have been kind of interesting to see if it would have been possible to make one symbol for each one of the tiles in Honey Buzz. I see this market as being your stars because the stars are where you're scoring your points. The market is where you're scoring your most points. I see the money as your coin, because the coin can be used for a lot of things, can be used to make other dice. So this is used to buy things. You could say the heart and the pumpkin are your forage and your fanning, where you're going to get new honey hex tiles or new nectar tiles, and you're making your honey. So it would have been kind of interesting to see if they could have come up with a symbol here for the new bee and maybe have a symbol on one of these or a couple of them that had a dice symbol, and maybe you earned an extra dice. I would only put it in one of these outer ones that only surrounds one honey hex because I wouldn't want it to be able to activate it like multiple times because I think that would be a lot of extra dice in the game overall. But if you put it in one of these outer ones that only surrounds one honey hex, it would be kind of interesting when you surround that one. Like you get an extra dice to use that round. And you could roll one of your dice again. That'd be kind of an interesting aspect. There's some other realms where you can earn dice. So that might have been an interesting way to do that. It would have been also interesting to maybe do something with this. I think it's called the decree. And maybe there were some spots on here where if you surrounded a honey hex that had a symbol relevant to that, that maybe you got to choose any resource. That would kind of be similar to using any one of these other things. You couldn't get a star but you could get any one of the three main resources. With that being said, though, like I said, this game, this realm, I rated game adjacent. It feels like the game. I feel like I'm playing the game. It acts very much like the game. Those would have just been some final thoughts, some interesting things that if they work, I don't know if they would work. It would have been interesting to see if they might have worked, if they could have come up with 6 different things, one to represent each one of the double hexes. But that doesn't ruin the experience of the realm. It does not change the way that I feel. Like when I played the Honeybuzz realm, I feel like I am playing Honeybuzz. So with that being said, my name's Ian. This is Rolling Realms, Game versus Realm, Honeybuzz. On Where There's a Wills, there's a play. If you like this video, please hit that like button below. If you have any comments on the Honeybuzz realm, how do you feel it relates to the Honeybuzz base game if you've played the base game? If you have any comments or questions on this, I have also already done a full tutorial on this realm, so I will link that in the description below as well, so you can see how the realm actually plays with a full 9 roll tutorial. And if you like this content and want to see more of these game versus realm, more of my Rolling Realms tutorials, or more of the content that we will be releasing coming up this summer and in the future, please hit that subscribe button. Once again, my name's Ian. This is Where There's a Wills, there's a play. See you next time at the table.